Hey, what's going on? Ricky the Chef, the Kitchen Renegade. Today, I'm going to show you how to take this nice sweet potato and turn your regular breakfast hash that you would normally use a regular potato into something special. With the sweet potato, it's chicken apple sausage, nice red onion, a little bit of Cajun seasoning, and my own seasoning right here. Take your sweet potato and with a vegetable peeler, carefully peel it, keeping your fingers out of the way of the peeler. Put yourself a small sheet tray under it for easy cleanup. Sweet potato has a lot more nutrient values than your typical russet potato or Idaho potato, which carries a lot of starch. Your sweet potato adds a lot more fiber and vitamins to your diet. Cut it into smaller, manageable pieces, and then we'll cut that in half. That way we're always cutting on a flat side, on a flat surface. And then we'll cut even pieces. And the even pieces is to make sure that the cooking process is nice and even, and you don't have some pieces that are undercooked, some pieces that are overcooked. And you'll notice that I do one step at a time, like cutting everything into batons and then going back to dicing. And this allows me the opportunity to better balance my time in the kitchen. Using the bear claw, you'll tuck your fingers out of the way of the blade of the knife, making sure to be careful when cutting your vegetables. This right here is an easy way to turn a favorite sweet potato into something nice and savory. Sweet potatoes, normally made with a lot of sugar, a lot of butter. This variation right here, we're going to cut the butter. We're going to replace the sugar with something a little bit healthier. We're going to be using honey. Honey is a great alternative to sugar because it's natural. You have local honey. It helps you to adapt to the pollen and things like that. It introduces the pollen to your body. And that's a beautiful thing because I don't know about where you all are, but out here in Georgia, man, listen, pollen comes to meet you exactly where you are. Next, we'll start with our onion. I'm going to go ahead and start this up. That way, my pan can be nice and hot, and I can start the cooking process. So we'll start off by cutting the top and the bottom off of that onion, and then we'll go ahead and cut that onion in half. After we cut that onion in half, go ahead and take that skin off. And remember, you're not getting rid of the skin. This skin is magic for the kitchen. So we'll go ahead and take this skin and set it out to the side, even the tops and the bottom. So we'll go ahead, start by pulling our knife through. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. And once again, you'll just pull that knife straight through to get your lines, leaving a part back here intact. That way you have something for this onion to hold on to. And this next process is easy. So just go ahead and we'll flip it. So it was like this originally, and we flip it down. And then this piece right here, you don't have any lines through. So we'll just cut that in half, lay it down, and follow the lines that you have for the dice. So we'll start in with our oil. Use our trusty bench scraper. And we'll saute about a half an onion. Make sure to coat all of those onions with a little oil. And we'll let those do their thing. Next, I'm going to go with the chicken apple sausage. We'll do the same thing. We're going to cut this chicken apple sausage in half, 2 times, quarter it, I should say. And then we're going to dice it to make it a little bit more manageable with the potatoes and the onions. Go ahead and dice that up. And then we'll set those off to the side as well. So now we're at the point to where we're trying to get our onions nice and caramelized. Once you start to see a little bit of brown on them, you're going to go ahead and add some of your sweet potatoes. I did about 1.5 cups, maybe 2 cups of sweet potatoes, and then we'll just go ahead and toss them up. If you can't toss it, use a spoon, rubber spatula, whatever suits you best. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and let those potatoes cook down a little bit, but right before we add some seasoning to them. So when you saute for a couple of minutes, we'll go ahead, take our Tonys, season it up, toss. I'm not going to go too heavy with the Tonys because it does pack a little salt, and I'm going to use some of my seasoning just to round it out, give it that nice home-style garlic flavor. Go ahead and use this spatula. When you toss food can't fall out of the pan. When you stir it, it's a little bit easier to manage. So we'll go ahead and let this cook down, let it get a little bit of caramelization, and then we'll add a little bit of water to it, put a top on it so it can steam, soften the potatoes, and voila, add in our chicken apple sausage. We're good to go. And when the food hits the table and that Tony's is on it, all right, toss one more time. Starting to get a little cover on those potatoes, which is exactly what we want. If you don't eat meat, you can easily skip the process of adding the chicken apple sausage and move on to the next steps. It is what you want to look like. So at this point, we'll go ahead, set these off to the side, and we'll finish this cooking process in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and start with our chicken apple sausage, a little bit of olive oil, and then we'll go on with the sausage. And if you want to start with a hotter pan, that's cool. It's just this semi-warm pan kind of helps the sausage to render a little bit better. As you can see, the sausages are starting to get a little caramelized. And that's what we're looking for, a little caramelization on these sausages. And now that the sausages are a little caramelized, we'll go ahead and add our sweet potatoes back. Stir them in, make sure they're incorporated. And at this point, because those sweet potatoes are not all the way done, we'll go ahead, add a little bit of water, add a little bit of honey. I use the local honey from here in Georgia that I purchased from the Soil Fest over the summer. We added about 2 tablespoons of honey. And about a quarter cup of water, about an eighth a cup of water. And then we'll just go ahead and cover that up. Allow that to cook for roughly about 5 minutes over medium heat so that they'll steam and those potatoes will be nice and delicious for you. I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we let these potatoes cook for a little bit and steam, go ahead and lift it up and let's see what they're looking like. And my favorite part, the tasting. Looking good. I think they might need a minute or two more. Here's the key. Take the biggest potato, taste it, see where it's at. I got a big one and a piece of chicken apple sausage on there. Now remember, it's going to be hot, fresh off the fire. Mmm. Mm. That's actually pretty good. So we'll go ahead, take these potatoes out, turn that fire off. Those are just right. Seasoning is good. The sweet, the heat, that is delicious. Nice caramelized onions, nice chicken apple sausage, some sweet potatoes. I like to top mine off with a little bit of green onion, just to give it a fresh taste, a little crunch, a little contrast of color. There you have it. Sweet potato hash with chicken apple sausage. Like and follow for more lip smacker recipes from Ricky the Chef, the Kitchen Renegade. And remember that love is the secret ingredient that feeds the soul.